So next up, I'm going to cut a hole right here in this battery tray because we're going to install a 4th gen fbody coolant tank. So this will fit right here, and it will allow me to have a coolant tank not sitting right here. It'll be under the fender mount, and then there's a battery tray so we can put the battery here too. It's a much cleaner setup and it'll look better, plus it'll save us some room here in case we need to do anything else. So let's go ahead and cut that hole. Okay, we're done cutting a hole. I gotta clean it up a little bit, but here's the tank. Bam. All right, so that goes there. We'll drill 2 holes and put some riv nuts in there. And then that tank will sit right there. Battery can go on there and it'll be out of the way. We don't have normally there's a big old coolant tank that sits here, and after about a week it starts looking really ugly. This is actually gonna sit under here, out of the way. I'm gonna have to remake one of the fender braces out of a piece of flat aluminum bar. That's no big deal. We did that on Mike's car and it turned out great. So that's where we are with this. I'll call this done, other than drilling a couple holes. I hadn't really planned on showing any of the welding that I was doing, but this turned out okay. This is a filler piece for the firewall where there was some rust, and I fixed that and I welded it up. It still needs to be ground, and this gets seam sealer all the way up to like here, so I gotta ground that. And then right around here is where the clutch master will go, and I'm still waiting on the pedals and that. Once I get that, we'll put that in. But that turned out nice. That's all sealed and weather tight. So and then this is the other side of it, and I'm going to be able to go ahead and seam seal all that and we'll be good to go. glasses. I have my pedals set. We're doing a manual swap on this car. And I'm going to either use the 3rd gen gas pedal or do drive-by-wire. I haven't decided yet, but I don't want to take the column out of the car in order to fit these 4th gen pedals. So we're gonna go out here and grind this off.
Yeah. Sometimes I get so mad, there's no controlling me. My thoughts get so bad, I'm like, I might grab a bat, I don't know. My wrath, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show.
Okay, so here's where we stand. I have some temporary bolts here since I don't have the brake booster in because we're going to paint all this. Those bolts are actually suspending the pedals. So let's take a look at the pedals. So there's my pedal set. And there is the bracket. And you can kind of see where I've marked. That all lines up, and so we're going to be ready to go ahead and drill the holes and mount the master cylinder for the clutch. So now that I know those line up, that bracket will need a little bit of tweaking, but not much. We'll go ahead and drill those holes, the 2 small holes, and then verify with my template on the outside that we're good, and then cut the holes. All right. I have a hole for a clutch master cylinder, and I just checked. It fits except for right here where this old stud was. That thing has to come off or something. So I'm going to try and just take a Dremel and grind it down so that the master cylinder can fit flush. Worst case, I'll get rid of it. It's not used in my application anymore, so it won't matter. But yeah, that's the hole. Everything fits good. It clears the firewall, which was good. It clears the inner fender. I'm really excited. That was a big monumental task for me, doing it kind of with just my 2 hands, trying to work inside the firewall. And so I got it. It works, or at least it fits. And I guess I'll start the grinding. Well, I've been out in the garage this evening for about 4 hours, 3 hours, I don't know. Went to the street rod show today, and then we've been working on this. I didn't film anything. I was going to, but it takes like 3 times as long to film. I did need to clear some things out in the engine bay. You'll see there's no AC box, and I've actually done a couple other things. Let me show you. So I had to remove all the fender clips. Those will be in the way for painting. I also had to move over the hole just slightly for the coolant, the 4th gen coolant tank that goes in here. Originally, I had it a little too far over, and I had to move it. So I welded up the holes and re-drilled new holes and cut that out. I also decided to go ahead and shave the holes for that, so I still need to wet sand that and finish sand that so that it'll be ready for paint. But went ahead and welded those up that way. Those holes will not be showing anymore. I did leave the ones over here for the washer tank here and here, but since I'm using a 4th gen cooling tank and there won't be anything here, I figured I'd go ahead and fill those. That actually went pretty well, all things considered. And then this came off pretty easily. The reason I took it off was so that we can do a nice paint job in here. There's not much that you actually see, but there is some here and over in here, and I wanted that to look nice. So I think we've got pretty much everything. I'll probably shoot a little video tomorrow when Oscar gets here. We're gonna take this over to his shop, and he's gonna do the paint work on the engine bay for me. So strut tower tops will come off. Steering box is coming out, steering shaft. So we're going to get all that out of the way, and that'll be pretty much everything. This will get taped off. That's just way too much work to get that out of the way, so we'll just tape that off. Cross member's staying in the car, so I don't care if it gets paint all over it. And then everything else is going to get a nice coat of GM bright red. So the underside of this hood will be super nice, super detailed. This is going to get some probably some paint blown in there. I'm going to probably go ahead and do the Pour 15 all over everything now that I've fixed the spot with the seam sealer that was failing there. And I think that's pretty much everything. It's ready for paint. So in the morning, like I said, Oscar will be here and Sean is going to drag this over to Oscar's and we can get some paint on it.
Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Well, that's going to do it for another exciting episode of Seven's Garage. The 92 is off getting the engine bay painted. You'll probably see that one in a couple of weeks whenever I get it back. Hopefully we'll be getting the Civic back in the next week or so, and I can get all that stuff off the 84 back into the Civic and my niece can happily drive away. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching. Make sure you share, subscribe, and like the video. That helps me out tremendously. And if you want a shirt, I don't have a shirt on right now, but you've seen me wear them, Seven's Garage. Hit me up. See ya. Back at it. Have a piece, it's part of the bumper. It's supposed to support the upper bumper tray, and it mounts to the lower radiator support. And for some reason, it's mangled. Like it's not even, yeah. So we're gonna see if I can straighten that. They're not that expensive, but I have hammers and I have dollies. So let's see if I can fix it. Okay, so you just saw me straighten this out. I'm happy with how that turned out. You saw it, it was mangled. I don't know what they were doing, but I think that's a usable part now. It just needs to be scuffed and painted, and we can go ahead and get this back on the car when it gets back from getting the engine bay painted. That'll save me, I don't know, 40 bucks, but hey, it was kind of good to get out here and swing a hammer and actually fix something. Feel like I made some progress. So happy with that. What do you think?